Welcome to another week of What's Up. Wait, what? I said, what's up? Wait, what? With Dre and Jesse just coming back for another week. We kind of took last week off and the last 2 weeks we both had something to do, and now we back at it. And a lot happened in the last couple of weeks, but some heated stuff going on this week. Hey, I see you wearing a Viking shirt, man. What? Why would you do that?
Because when you win, you got to feel good about yourself. You know how it is.
I didn't know the Vikings still had a football team. They've been so quiet.
You know what? Just because you abandoned your team.
I what?
Just because you abandoned your team and you went with the team that
No,
was already established.
I gotta. Dude, I've been a Patriot fan for like 4 or 5 years. I am officially a Patriot fan now. I don't know what.
You abandoned your roots and left the Bears.
Dude, I rooted for the Bears for 40 years. Hey, they gave me nothing. I have a right to leave. I mean, if somebody's not giving you anything, man, you can't just why stay there and beg for love? Like, you're standing there and you're like, please just win. They're already like 3-7 or something, like 3-6, and they're about to leave Chicago. Did you hear they're about to leave? They're going to go out to the Rosemont or something and buy a field. They don't want to be at Soldier Field anymore, and they're buying a new plot of land, and it's a whole big mix-up.
Garbage.
All right, let's not get crazy now. Soldier Field is on the south side, and I still do appreciate Soldier Field.
But garbage compared to the newer stadiums. They saw that stadium in San Diego, and they were like, "Yeah, we're good. We're gonna have to."
Dallas Stadium. I mean, but these teams be robbing the city blind, man. They want the city to what? They want you to put on a $1.5 billion stadium. Half the residents can't eat. I mean, it's just crazy.
Yeah, but the owners pay for the stadium. The city. Here's what happens.
No.
Right? The owners normally. Now listen. The owners always start out, we're going to pay for the stadium, but the state and the city are like, well, we want access. And the owner's like, you can rent it. And they're like, well, no, we think we would just like to use it when we want to. And the owners go,
no, that's not how it go. No, that's not how it go. The owners be like, hey, either you build us a new stadium, or fund like 60% of it, or we're leaving. That's how it goes.
No, those are like
Strong arm robbery with no gun. Strong arm robbery with no gun.
No, Jerry Jones changed that.
Well, Jerry Jones is different. But most of these teams are like, either pay for us or we'll go. St. Louis need a team. The Rams should have never left St. Louis, right? The Raiders should have never left Oakland or Los Angeles.
The Rams probably should have left. To be fair.
Basketball, Oklahoma City should have never left Seattle.
Yeah, no, they should have left Seattle.
No, they shouldn't. But anyway, we'll get our sport fix. So, hey, who's gonna win the national championship?
Alabama.
Yeah, you can't vote against Alabama. I mean, Georgia looking good, but
Alabama.
Why vote against? Can't vote against Nick, right? Anyway, hey. So I know, man, we got a few topics to talk about, man. But hey, the Cal, I'm gonna give like I say, man. I do think the judge, like, people are giving the judge a hard time. But apparently, this ain't read his courtroom even before all the media and all that came into play. But also, I don't have a problem with the judge leaning toward the defendant in a case like this, because this is how justice should be. The problem is, it's not equally spread to everybody. I mean, justice should lean toward the defendants, but it's not equally spread out across class, because it always depends on how much money you got. Race, we know, race matters. We have tons of examples of that, and probably gender also matters when it comes to these cases. But I don't have a problem with how the judge is doling out his biasness, because if anybody go in front of a judge, the judge either going to feel that you did something wrong or you didn't, and depending on is how they're going to decide how far they let the prosecutor go, and I just think that is, but Cal is going to be found guilty of something, and he's going to do at least 2 years in jail. And 2 years in jail at least.
hey, he's gonna be like everybody else. And you get to shoot 2 people and walk away. And bad boy.
But let's. Okay, so we have this case and we have the Ahmaud Arbery case.
Yeah.
It's interesting that both of these cases are, there's miles apart, but they're so close in like thought process. I mean, like we have 2 vigilante wannabe cops,
right?
trying to save the world. Probably Napoleon complex. White guys that's like, oh, I gotta go police the world, as if we don't have enough law enforcement.
Well, yeah,
as if we don't. Yeah, like, I mean, we have enough law enforcement. We have the National Guard for this. You really gotta go patrol an abandoned apartment or a vacant apartment where the owner said, huh? A vacant house.
It was a vacant house in the neighborhood, and 2 weeks earlier, he had an altercation with the black fellow, and apparently he saw another black guy jogging. It was like, that's that brother. He didn't say brother, he was like, that's that nigger. Let's go get him. So they went and got him. Like, that's what happened.
Dude, and it's interesting now. You gotta appreciate the judge in the Arbery case, because it's like he is literally like. I mean, he lives in Georgia, but he's literally like flabbergasted and dumbfounded at some of the defense requests. I mean, he's like, you want to ban black pastors?
Right.
Like, what? He wanted to kick Jesse Jackson out of the picnic.
Al Sharpton, he was like, you can't have these black preachers up in here. They're intimidating the jury. All these black preachers in here are just looking intimidating.
Dude, he said Arbery mom crying in the halls was way too much. I mean, wow! Like literally, he came out and apologized first, and then wanted to throw Jesse Jackson out. He's like, he was calling Jesse Jackson out even before Jesse Jackson got there. He was like, he called Jesse Jackson by name. He was like, man, we don't need Jesse Jackson up in here.
Yeah, and that's the sad part. It was Al Sharpton.
Right, that's what I mean. He was calling Jesse Jackson out before Jesse even
got dementia. Man, he was Al Sharpton. Al Sharpton was like, dude, he was getting both fingers, like, fuck you. He gave both fingers. It's like, I'm here.
It's just it's crazy to me, but interesting that since the Arbery case, how they took the self-defense laws, vigilante laws off the books. They like immediately was like, dude, this is one of those laws that's left over from when we was like, give it like white males the authority to arrest.
Right.
And it's like, who that? Like, what society does that? And we have all these problems. Like, that's why we have all these people running around with guns at protests. Like, I'm here to protect, I don't know, this building or this car or this food cart. I mean, like, literally, it is sad. It's very sad that this is what, like, I mean, this is America, though. I mean, we live and die by our guns. You know, like, if it ain't a gun, it ain't, like, it's amazing to me that, I understand why people believe guns are important. But the fact that guns decide where you stand down on a political spectrum is amazing. The obsession to me is amazing. It's like, dude, because I believe in the Second Amendment, I don't care what else is going on in my life, whether I have enough, whether I have health care, whether I have enough food to put on my table, whether my kids can go to college, whether anything. If I believe in guns, I don't care what anything else is going on. This is the only thing that matters. And to be fair, it's not 100% of the people that believe that way. Not 100% of people who own guns believe that way. But it's like 97%. I mean, like literally, their politics is based off one thing: whether or not they can have guns. And it's proven because all you have to do is say something like, Obama's going to take your guns, and every bullet fly off the shelf. Every gun fly. How many guns do you need? But every gun fly off the shelf.
I hold up. Wait. Now that's not fair because we got guns too, Jesse. That's not that.
Hey, I'm not saying that. I'm not saying. Hey, like I say, I have a gun. I'm not anti-gun. I am nowhere near anti-gun. My problem is guns is part of the reason our country is so screwed up. That's my problem. And people failed. But at least I admit that guns is ridiculous. That I believe it's ridiculous that citizens need to own that many guns. Like, what do we got? Like 1 billion guns to like 3? I mean, like, I don't even know what it is, but I accept the problem of having guns in our society because I understand that we're gonna have more killings than the rest of the world. We're gonna have more school shootings. We're gonna have more vigilantes. We're gonna have all of that because of our easy access to guns. Right. But I'm saying we have more of that than the rest of the world combined.
Well, all right, Jesse. So basically, we already have more of that than the rest of the world. So, and we've
yes, because of our easy access to guns is what I blame.
Nothing's changed. We've had access to guns for hundreds of years, man.
And we've been killing people. And we've been killing.
The most violent country in the world since we started. That's never going to change.
No, it's not.
I don't know why you think somehow, like, we're not going to be the most violent country. We are.
Oh, if you took away guns, I think it would change.
No, it wouldn't.
Yeah, it would. Dude, people are not as tough without guns. Dude, I'm saying, if we ban guns like a lot of the other Western countries, you think people are going to be out there protecting buildings? You think people are going to be protecting car lots? Come on, man.
Guns, right? A couple of rappers just got shot up in Sweden.
How often, though? They had one mass shooting and like literally since England banned guns, handguns or whatever it was after the school shooting? They haven't had a school shooting since.
No, but they have tons of other things. It's not like
knife. They have knives. They do have knife. They do have stabbings.
Let's not pretend. Like, come on, the most prolific killer in the history of the world used a knife and didn't use a gun. People are going to kill people.
Please, let's not compare killing people with guns and killing people with knives. Let's not get ridiculous.
It's killing people. It's killing people. This is what I'm
saying. But you can't efficiently kill as many people with knives as you can guns.
No, you really can't. But here's the problem.
There's a line for that. You showed up to a gunfight with a knife, or you brought a knife to a gunfight.
Jesse, there's 100 billion gun owners, right?
Yes.
If 30 of those gun owners do mass killings, you want to take the guns from all 100 million gun owners?
Who said anything about taking guns?
Then what do you want to do with the guns?
I said I accept that part of the reason we have so much gun violence and violence in this country is because of our easy access to guns. That's what I said. I accept that. That's not going to change. People are not going to change.
Legal guns are not being used to do all this stuff, man. These are
Yeah, they are. Actually, they are. They're bought legally and then sold to violent people.
Once again, that makes it illegal. People who own guns legally are not the ones doing the dirt.
People who buy guns legally are the ones who selling guns to people who shouldn't have guns.
That's one out of every, what?
No, it is not. How else are people going to get guns? Most guns are from Republican states brought into inner cities. Oh, I'm serious. Indiana, Mississippi, Wisconsin, those 90% of the guns in Chicago are from legal-abiding gun owners who drop them off in the city because they know they can sell them.
Well, those aren't legal-abiding gun owners, which is what you're...
But they are. I mean, they get to go buy their guns legally is what I'm saying.
Yes, because they don't have a record or anything. And then they can go out and then...
No, because they're
resell your gun legally.
Because supposedly they... Yeah, but you can't knowingly sell it to people you shouldn't sell it to. And that's what they do.
I can sell my gun in Indiana, apparently. I can sell my gun in Indiana. Now, it's not my fault if you take that bitch back to Chicago. That's not my problem.
But if you go sell it in Gary, in the hood, to people who you know are gangbanging, that's an issue.
Here's my problem, but it's so if you don't have a record, and if I do the record check, you ain't got a record.
Really do.
It doesn't matter. I know for a fact that you're
again. Most guns.
As long as the record comes back clean, I can sell you the gun.
But they're not searching record. That's the problem. Most guns. Look it up. Hey, look it up. Most guns in places like Chicago comes from rural America.
Yeah, in that case, you got to just take all the guns away ever made and stop selling them and making them. But other than that,
that's not going to happen. That's never going to happen. I accept it's never going to happen.
Criminals are always going to happen.
Somebody told me to stop it. Oh, maybe they're telling you to stop it. Oh, no.
Criminals are always going to have guns, Jesse. That's just what it is.
We're always going to have guns. Our country is obsessed with Rambo and Sylvester and Arnold Schwarzenegger. We're always going to have guns. And vigilantism and Batman and tough guy, Clint Eastwood, that's who we are as a country. A lot of fake tough people having a lot of issues like that. Anyway, hey, so while we're talking about guns and gun deaths, man, so for the first time in a full calendar year, the U.S. have topped 100,000 drug deaths, overdose deaths, for the first time ever. I mean, overdose rates are like off the meat racket.
Well, that's not us.
100K in 1 year. Twice as many people that died from gun. No, well,
take more. Level the playing field some more. More of them that go bye-bye, the better it is for me. I don't give a damn. Fuck them.
Fuck it, dude. That's the problem. Hey, that's the problems with us Americans, man. We have no empathy, no compassion. Hey, I think people should be able to take as many drugs as they want.
No, because when our people were dying on crack, there was nobody gave a damn. It was, well, they're criminals or this or that or this. There wasn't no rehab. It was none of that shit. You know what? Now it's their people dying from overdose and stupid shit. Fuck them.
Yeah. It was a say. It was a. I just remember. Hey, we just had the slogan "Say no to drugs."
Yeah,
but
remember that shit? That don't work no more, does it? Fuck them.
But we also gotta understand. That it's still black and brown people, and everybody is impacted by the drug pandemic. I mean, it's not isolated to like just one. Right? I mean, they are feeling it. Rural America is feeling the drug pandemic. But also, it impacts everybody. And in general, when we have a drug pandemic, if Nixon and Reagan didn't declare war on drugs, I mean, let's be real. One of the stupidest things I ever heard of in my life was
black people. And don't try to act like it wasn't. Literally, the war.
Oh yeah, it was. Oh, okay, yeah. You're talking about the reason why, but also Nixon was like, Nixon was nuts, all right, and he didn't like hippies, he didn't like hippies, and he also didn't like the fact that a lot of people that was anti-Vietnam smoked marijuana. So Nixon was an unhappy fellow. He kind of reminded me of like Trump. You know, Trump kind of got that same weird, crazy. You know, but Nixon was like certified crazy. I mean, like literally, he was crazy, and I think Trump. You know, although he passed that, what was that test? The one that told, like, point out the elephant. The one that he was bragging about. It's like,
oh my gosh.
Yeah, he pointed out the elephant and it stops. Huh?
His cognitive test, yes.
Yes, yeah. He said that's pretty hard. They might ask you to count back. He said they might ask you to count backwards. But anyway.
Biden couldn't pass that fucking test.
That's what Trump said. Trump said, I was like, I'm not biting.
Biden passed that. That's a pretend like he passed that test.
I'm sure Biden passed that test with flying colors.
Yeah, if they check on the arm, they give him coded number 3.
Oh my God. Hey.
He didn't pass a nut.
Hey, you need to.
Sarah W said it's not easy to get a gun, but I will agree that the people who are licensed to buy are selling them illegally.
It's not easy to get a gun.
All right, she's from Minnesota here, so in Minneapolis.
It's very easy to get a gun. You can go out.
It's really, dude. Okay, I don't know where you live exactly. I know you live in Madison, but I don't know the laws there. But here, all right, you have to apply for your permit, and then you pick out your gun, and it sits there. And then they call the ATF. The ATF runs it.
Oh, you're talking about the legal gun owners?
Yes, the ATF.
Okay, I'm talking about the black market.
Well, come on. Let's be fair then. Let's not bring up the black market because anything can be bought in the black market.
Yes.
Everybody has one.
But, okay, I shouldn't use the term black market. What I'm saying is, well, I'm talking about in terms of it being easy, like it's being hard to get guns. It's easy to get guns. Anybody can get a gun. Anybody can walk probably downtown or they city and say they want to purchase a gun and can probably have one within an hour.
Yep, if you really want to.
Yeah, anybody can pretty much I mean, Kodak Black lied on his application and got like two not like people and was rearrested, and they're like, dude, you lied on your application. I mean, let's be real. You can get a gun. I don't think.
That's the free market system. Let the free market system.
Here we go. The free market system is why. I'm not going to get started about progressive politics, but the free market system is why 20 to 30% of our country, people living in West Virginia, can't buy shoes. I mean,
no, that's because they fuck each other and they cousins.
Here we go. Hey, I'm not going there. I got friends from West Virginia, and I ain't really know.
His uncles and uncles' aunties and fuck all that, man.
I'm not saying anything. I'm not saying anything bad about West Virginia. It was funny. I was talking to. I had seen my friends, and it was like we just happened to be talking. It was like, hey, we see your joke about West Virginia, and I'm like, yeah, but you live in Pennsylvania. And they're like, no, we live in Pennsylvania. We live in West Virginia. I was like, my bad. I was like, I thought y'all lived in Pennsylvania. But hey, I'm not the one who started that. Actually, the first person I heard cracking jokes about West Virginia was Dick Cheney. Because they asked him, was him and Obama cousins, President Obama cousins, and he was like, we must be from West Virginia or something like that. I'm like, what? So
West Virginia has always had like they've always had like the reputation of like the what is it, Clampets and McCoys, whatever they were. And
hey,
it's just West Virginia, man. They're just cousins and they bang. It is what it is.
Hey, they gave us Joe Manchin. And what a gift. I mean, I
keeps on giving.
Being a progressive, I am not a Joe Manchin fan. But if you being fair, you know, because all of us just want Joe Manchin to vote how he should vote. But I don't think we take into account that like 90% of West Virginia voted for Trump. The fact that they have a Democrat at all is pretty amazing. I mean, I don't know how Joe Manchin been able to hold power in West Virginia. And yes, if he voted on something like, you know, he did give them the infrastructure bill, but I mean, they might even know they need the infrastructure bill, even though they got like the worst roads and everything. Anyway,
they want their slaves back. They just want their slaves back. You can't look, man. If you was from West Virginia and you was a fair-skinned white fellow, you'd be like, God dang it. I just would like my slaves back. My family had slaves.
No, I'm not.
I want my slaves back.
You know what? I don't think. You know what? I don't think that's it at all. Honestly, to be truthful, what I think it is like, you know, like it's just so much misinformation, and people and Americans, you know, because of our school system, and you know, we don't really want to invest in schools. We don't invest in secondary. Anyway, we just don't know how to like research. We don't know how to like dude, Google is at the tip of your fingertips, or the World Wide Web, the internet, and you can find out anything you want. Literally anything. And it's like like people don't even take the time to look something up. It's like like you say something, it's like again, Obama want to take your guns, and everybody's like buying up the guns. Like, not once has he ever tried. What Democrat president has ever tried to take away guns?
Well, here's the problem. Everybody's like that because Democrats react the same way when Republicans say something. We're a clickbait nation now, or just we take the headline and run with it, right? No one looks at anything.
24-hour news. 24-hour news.
Yep, it's instant gratification now. We used to, in the days of Walter Cronkite and Dan Rather.
Yeah, that's dead.
Oh my God! And what was
trusted news sources?
Yes, remember Eyewitness News when it was actually good? Like it would come on like one special night. And it was like what? It might not have been Eyewitness News. It was on 5 though. And it was at night, and it was.
But let's be fair. Let's be fair. News is still good, but people are not tuning in. Wait. Let me say. People, news don't lie. The thing is, we're not talking about news. We're talking about journalism, and we're talking about people's opinions on different issues. News, hey, 6 people get shot in Texas or Wisconsin.
Right.
6 people were shot in Texas, Wisconsin. That story's not changing depending on your politics. the things that's changing is like, oh, should we have health care? Should we have child care? Those are the things. And then we listen to the journalists that feel one way or the other, and then we're choosing sides. That's not news. That's just like me and you talking right now is not news.
Tucker Carlson is a journalist, and you and I are just as qualified as he is as a journalist.
Like me and you talking now, if somebody consider this news, they need their head examined. Well, to be fair, they can consider me news because I give you nothing but the facts. What? And God. I research enough for all of us.
You give your
No, I give balanced views. What? I am the most balanced person you know.
Okay.
I am loved by Democrats and Republicans, progressives and Trumpers. I mean,
we'll go with that. We'll go with that. We won't say why Trumpers like you. We just.
Man, I don't think they like me anymore, man. I think I probably lost a lot of them when I just started, just going on, trying to, yeah. But
right? They didn't like you until you started telling the truth.
I always tell the truth.
I guess they saw the gesture that they didn't know how you felt. Well, what do you mean? Is that how Jesse really feels? I mean, I trusted Jesse.
Hey, I'm like Shrek, one of a kind. Anyway, hey, I give it to you straight, and that's the thing is like, people don't like to be wrong, but they also don't like to research and be right. It's like, and that's the problem. It's like we could go all the way, and this goes all the way back. Hey, remember Galileo said, was that Galileo who said the Earth was round or something?
Yeah.
And the Pope locked him up forever, and people are Galileo is still locked up probably, and people and then we still have today people believing the Earth is flat. I mean, and B.O.B. Bob and there's a lot of people. Aaron Rodgers said he does not believe the Earth is flat. He had to get that out. I don't even know why he said that. He said, "I'm not some flat earther." It's like when people say, "I don't mean no disrespect." You're about to get disrespected. That's the first thing I heard. Like, I am not some flat earther. What I heard was, "I am a flat earther." That's what I heard. As soon as he said that, I am not some anti-vax flat earther, I was like, he's an anti-vax flat earther. When people hey, like I say, when you, hey, I don't mean no disrespect. It's like somebody finna get disrespected.
No disrespect. Absolute disrespect is coming. Ding, ding, ding. Yeah, I'm telling
Man.
you, my group on Clubhouse is trying to, I'm going to see if we can get Kyrie. I'd like to sit down with Kyrie and have him explain
why. That's the problem, dude. That is the problem. Like, I
really would like to know what his mindset is on it. Maybe
he has
information that I don't have. And
did you see his 30-minute soap opera?
Yeah, but it didn't say anything. So what I want.
Yeah, it did. It said that he was the voice of the people that don't want to be vaccinated. I don't know what that means, but he said he was the voice.
If he came on the Trolls Nation, right, we could sit and go, what do you mean? The voice of the unvaccinated. Speak for why should people not be vaccinated, right? And then
what I want to know is since when didn't they have a voice?
Send it to us, right?
Really? That's not how you want to do it. That's not that makes no you don't want to have that type of conversation. But
that's how it should be.
To be the voice of the people that don't want to get vaccinated is louder. I mean, they have a voice. They're the loudest people, in the U.S. I mean, look at any school board meeting. Any outside any clinic, about people who I don't want to be forced to get the vaccine. We're like, well, you're not. But yeah, you can't force me. It's my body. Nobody's forcing you. We don't even care.
Who's the anti-abortionists?
Huh?
Who's worse, the anti-vaxxers or the anti-abortionists?
The anti-vaxxers is worse because the reason why is this is why they worse, right? This is why they worse because the anti-vaxxers are I should be able to decide what I do with my body. Yeah, but you're against people who want to have an abortion.
Right.
You know, I want to decide. I get to decide what goes in my body. Yes, but everybody you know got the measles vaccine and a polio vaccine and 15 other vaccines that they told you that you had to have. I want to be what goes in my body. Yes, you should be able to. Now go snort around a cloak in front of the White House and watch how fast you get arrested and locked up. Like, so since when in America your body? Yet in some third planet world that they live in, they've been deciding all these years what they get to do with their body. That's what I don't understand. Like you have never been able to control what happens to your body in this country.
That's the thing.
Ever, never, and now all of a sudden you're like, well, like Aaron Rodgers, I believe in body autonomy. Since when? Since last year? Because before that, you know, and he like, it's just amazing. Like, dude, how many times have you had to shoot up because of an injury, some medication that you didn't look, painkillers, or because you play in the NFL? So, I mean, I'm sure you're popping like opioids like water. And now, like, somebody was telling me, like, I don't want to take the vaccine because I don't know what they put in it. I'm like, dude, if you get a sore throat or a sore stomach, you go to the doctor and they give you a pill. Have you ever thought about what they put in it? Never, ever. You don't even know what they put in Tylenol. You don't know what turned Cheerios blue. You don't know, like, literally. And if you read about what they did to meat and food before you get it, you would never believe that. But it's like, well, I want to control my body. And so does everybody else in the world. And I guarantee you, if you have a kid, before they leave the hospital, they're going to have certain shots. Whether you like it, I guess if you have a kid at home. But they won't be able to go to school. They won't be able, like, it's just amazing to me. And the worst thing I hear about this is, like, Republican governors now want to have it both ways. They're like, I know vaccine saves lives, but our people should be able to choose. But they won't believe in assisted suicide. I mean, like, oh, so you get to now choose whether you want to live or die, but you don't get to choose whether you want to kill yourself.
Thanks. Well, attempting suicide's against the law, which is the thing.
Yeah, it's like how is suicide gonna be against the law? Like it used to say.
Well, abortions are against the law too now, so hey, you can.
Only in Texas.
No, Alabama. Alabama had the same law.
I don't even know what Alabama law is. I stopped.
And Ohio's trying to do it. Yeah, it's bad, man. It's like
so all the least educated states.
You know what? Texas is one of the most. You know, as far as states go, they are probably 52 out of like 10. They're just Texas is dumb. They're just dumb as dirt down there. It is what it is.
You know what?
My new name is fucking. That's my new. Fucking.
Well, it's funny. I didn't get married in Texas. I lived there a year. It was an accident. I didn't know anything about Texas when I moved there. I was young. And we moved to Texas. And it was just like, I mean, you know, like you're gonna run into racism everywhere. The South is just different, man. The South racism is just different. It's like polite. It's like as a matter of fact, like Yankee, why did you come here? I'm like, damn, this the war over with. They're like, oh, we call everybody from up north Yankees. I'm like, still?
That's a north-south thing, dog. I mean, there is racism, but the racism up north is way worse than it is down south. Down south, you know what you're walking into. You can deal with it. You can handle it. Like, you know if someone's racist because they don't give a damn, they will tell you. And I can respect that. I can handle that. The up north racism, there's a reason Minnesota and Wisconsin are the two most racist states in the union.
Yeah.
Right?
It is.
It sucks, dude. They're quiet about it. Hey, we're so nice. They're the whole entire time. It's just messed up.
Well, you do have a lot of people here that try, and they're called progressives. You should get to know that name. No, but you do have people here that try, but trying shows but that also shows no matter how hard you try, you can't get around a system that's put in place, and that's what it is. It's like, you know, people. I don't think people like when it comes to racism, I don't think people are intentionally racist in this country because I mean we have too many examples to show. But I say that, and I also don't worry about individual racism. What I do worry about is systematic racism, and I think that's the problem. Huh?
Are you Lil Wayne? Like,
no. What I'm saying is,
Wayne, man.
no, dude. Wayne is a Trump supporter. I am not a Trump supporter. What I'm saying is, to me, if a person don't like me because I'm black, that's fine. Some people are not gonna like me because I'm smart, or they think I'm dumb, or some people are not gonna like me because they think I'm fat or I'm skinny, or some people are not gonna like me because I'm light skinned or don't. People are always gonna find reasons not to like you. The problem, so I don't really care whether somebody be like if you not my boss or somebody I'm renting apartment or about a house, I could care less. Like, you have zero impact on my life. What I do have a problem with is systematic racism, where there's systems that's set up that you can't get around. That's the problem. Like when you have schools that have no books, like those are things that you can't get around. That's different than
the school book says. Little Sally is upset because she had to give up her slaves in 1895. Little Sally was depressed because she had gotten to know her slaves very well, and little Sally was very dependent upon her slaves, and her poor little heart was just broken when she had to give up her slaves and give them their freedom.
Dude, like I say, a lot of that don't really even bother me today. But hey, so if we okay, you been a right-wing conservative, right? And me being a left-wing progressive. A left-wing, and I'll be a left-wing net progressive.
Yes.
Okay, you were?
Yeah, I was a delegate for the Republican Party.
God. I was just poking, but I kind of knew something like that. Anyway, so here's my question, right?
Democrats didn't have a primary, so the Democrats didn't have a caucus. So I wanted to be.
No. You don't have to make up excuses why you're a Republican delegate.
In Minnesota, there was no Democratic caucus. You could not go and.
No, I know. So but still, there doesn't mean
the Republican Party was literally the only way to get in it. And I don't give a damn what anybody says. If I want to change the Republican Party, I gotta be involved with it to get them in the right direction. I can't. I'm not joining the Democrats, so screw them. And at that point, I was trying to give Republicans a chance here. So
you are a Republican?
No, I'm a libertarian.
You just vote Republican.
I don't vote Republican. I am absolutely 100% against progressives, right? But I am not a Republican.
What?
And yeah, I'm a centrist, right? That's why I'm a libertarian, right? I don't like all this shit on the left. I damn sure don't like all the stuff on the right. But there's some good ideas on both sides, and that's why we work in the middle. The problem is all y'all on the left only want all y'all's ideas. Well,
there's a lot of people on the left that's not progressive. So there's a lot of people, and they probably more with you, the centrists. The centrists is the problem in this country because they don't want. No,
it's literally the center. It's
the problem.
I like that. Let's do this. But no. Like,
I would give
all of our stuff and none of that stuff.
We are a center country. We are a center-based country.
We need to be the center base.
No, we don't, because we're getting left behind by the rest of the world.
Yeah, do you know why?
Because we're standing in the center.
No,
we stand in the center, which means we're still living like it's like the people on the right is living like it's 1776. And the people in the center, is living like it's 1865 after Lincoln cleared the slaves. That's what it is. And the progressives are trying to live 2022. We're like, dude, you do not have to give birth and then go back and work at Burger King 2 days later. Like we're the only country in the world that does that. Drug makers should not be able to set astronomical prices on the elderly. But
here's the problem. Even
people in the center.
The Democrats have said, no, we will not tell the drug companies. We will not.
People in the center.
The drug prices. Right?
That's because. Let's be fair. The people in the center. People in the center. Hey, people in the center.
Johnson & Johnson. Screw you progressives. Screw you.
I don't know that Bernie Sanders took money from Johnson
Bernie
& Johnson.
Sanders took money from Johnson & Johnson. Fuck you backwards. So did AOC. Fuck her backwards too.
I had to fact check you on that because
they get money from the DNC and the pharmacy.
Now they get money from the DNC and the DNC get money from. Oh my God, really?
And you will act like it doesn't.
Oh my God.
Jesse, come on, let's not act like it doesn't. But here's my point. What I'm saying is this, Jesse. I'm all for the things you said. I am really, really all for it.
Then you need to be a progressive.
No, I'm all for free healthcare. But you know what? I'm also for everybody paying the taxes to get the free healthcare. That's where we separate. That's where we part ways, you and I. You want free healthcare, but you don't want everybody to pay for it. You just want a couple folks to pay for everybody's free healthcare.
I don't care whether we get free healthcare or not.
I'm about the free healthcare. I'm all about the universal healthcare because it just
don't have healthcare. My problem is people that don't have. Hey, I would be okay whether we get free healthcare or not. My problem is there's so many elderly and kids who don't benefit from our healthcare system. That's my problem. It's not like what I'm good with healthcare. My problem is
they have Medicaid, Medicare. They already have free healthcare. It's Medicaid, Medicare.
Dude, Medicaid and Medicare won't pay for dental, and they won't buy hearing aids, right?
Then Jesse, call your congressman and say, "Hey, dumbass."
Again, people in the center like works together. Biden in the center.
Booker, Kamala Harris. We can name them all.
Yes. And it's okay. So this is what it is. America is a center country, right? So we have liberals, moderate liberals, and moderate conservatives is who have the bulk of the power, right? Those are the ones that screwed up the country. That's why you got pissed off Trumpers that ran away, but they ran to the right, which baffles me. And then you have progressives, pissed off progressives, who ran to the left. And then we have 70% of the country in the middle. Well, actually, not 70% anymore. It used to be like 70% until Trump. Now it's like 50% in the middle. But the middle, at least they stick together. I mean, you have the corporatists, which is like you guys in the middle. Y'all stick together and make sure businesses are okay and take food out of
common sense.
Common sense, like elderly people choosing between rent and medicine.
Have to because Medicare can be taken care of.
But
all they got to do is an addendum.
Except people in the middle won't let it happen.
The people in the middle do let it happen. We vote for people who say they're going to let it happen, and then they get in there. Like we voted for Biden, who said, "Hey, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to extend the Medicare." Then all of a sudden,
the people in the middle.
Biden goes, "Yeah, you know what we can't do? Well, we can't do the health care. But you know what we're not going to do? We ain't going to do the college." And I know.
But it wasn't Biden. It's the people. It's the people in the middle.
It's not the people in the middle. Biden, man.
It's Joe Manchin, really. Manchin is the only reason why we don't have Manchin and Sinema. They don't even talk about Sinema no more.
Biden's doing the victory lap, and his bill's garbage.
What do you mean? Which bill?
Everything. There's not one thing in that bill that people voted for him for. Like,
what?
The new bill.
Oh, because they had to strip it?
He stripped everything that mattered out. Like anything that was actually really important out.
Manchin.
Just business as usual. Like,
Manchin made sure of that.
The bill is seriously just, it's Tuesday. That's the bill. It's nothing special. Yeah. It's not. And he's doing victory laps. I got this through. I can work with.
But the people you were delegates for made sure that happened. To the detriment of a lot of poor people in this country.
Nope, because I stumped for Ted Cruz.
What? Dude, you're getting worse and worse, dude.
I stumped for Ted. It was.
You a Ted Cruz fan?
It was no. I had to pick one. When you go to be a delegate, you don't get to pick who you have. So they're like.
Wait. Are you a Ted Cruz fan?
No, I'm not a Ted Cruz fan. I just didn't watch.
All right, there might be some hope for you because if you'd have said yes. The dude that broke out on Texas and went to Mexico and then blamed his daughters who takes their family, who takes their daughters to Mexico and plan on coming right back.
He was like, I'm out.
He said I was dropping my daughters off and I was coming right back. What?
No, so during the primaries when there was like 17 of them, right? I just wanted. I had never been a delegate. I just wanted to do the experience, to be honest. So I got to stand up and speak for Ted Cruz.
Oh my God, dude! Listen, oh my God.
One of those idiots.
All right.
Put it to Jesse. I promise you, this happened during their prayer.
They prayed.
When they opened it up.
They prayed.
No, they did their prayer, and I swear to you, the minister was like, "God, please make sure that these people understand that Trump is a clown." That's what he said during the prayer.
Wow.
And Trump still won.
Man. So
When the preacher says Trump's a clown, and he's a conservative preacher, and he's like, Trump's a clown.
Hey, do you like the infrastructure bill?
Actually, I think.
Hey, shout out to Stefan. Shout out to Dex.
Stefan, I think part of it. I think there's some really good things in the infrastructure bill. Honestly, I wish there would have been more like. I wish they would have snuck like trade school, free trade school in there or something, or put in there. Work options for like welfare, a way to go to work off of welfare type thing.
You like those progressive? Here we go with the welfare thing.
No, I know.
I'm just messing with you. I'm just messing with you.
A way to get off of it.
Dude, yes. Take money from the rich people who hoard it all and redistribute it.
Okay, here's my Jesse. How does that happen? Just give it to him. Just here.
No. I don't believe you can redistribute the wealth. I do believe you can make rich people pay their fair share.
Okay, but how does that help people get off welfare?
There's a lot of things you can help people do to get off welfare.
Jesse, I'm giving you $1 trillion. I give you.
You can educate them. You can educate them.
They already were educated.
Who? The people on welfare?
They were educated, right? Did they not go through high school?
Why not send them to college?
Oh, so college is what's going to make. So there's no one who went to college that's on welfare?
I don't know, but most of the people on welfare work. Like 70 to 80% of the people on welfare works. And also, a lot of people take care of elderly people that people don't take into consideration or take care of kids.
One, not everything is welfare. There's difference. Like Social Security is not welfare. Disability.
I never said Social Security. I never said disability. I'm talking about welfare. What you're talking about?
Able-bodied people who just sit like
majority
are a problem.
What?
Able-bodied people who just take money from the government. That happens, right? It's kind of like your gun. It's kind of like your.
So you saying people that need help is a problem?
No, they don't need help. What I'm saying is able-bodied people who just take money from the government and hang out are a problem.
Who is that? Like less than how many people in the country does that?
Let me land my plane.
All right, land your plane, man.
Let me land my plane. All right. Look, bottom line is, and I don't have anything. I was raised by a woman on welfare who decided it was great to keep having kids. It was awesome, right? So the only thing that you absolutely need to do is make trade schools free. Make a couple community colleges free. Pay for them to go get their degrees to put them in the workforce so they can become.
Most people are in the workforce, dude. You keep saying that. Majority of people on welfare are in the workforce.
Well, we've already tackled the minimum wage thing, so that's all going up.
Well, we need to go up. That'll help.
Everybody's gonna be getting $15 an hour, so everybody be getting a living wage. Now,
you think $15 an hour is a living wage now? That was a living wage when they were trying to get $15 an hour.
Yes, but it depends on where you live. Because once again,
but you know who's not gonna worry about $15 an hour? Billionaires who use the pandemic to get even more richer.
I used the pandemic to get more richer.
Well, I'm glad it worked for you. You can sit on the podcast with me. But hey, so moving on to something else, man. I know you heard about the young Dolph situation. I'm not really surprised that happened.
Yeah, that was.
I mean, I actually rock with you. I mean, I like listening to young Dolph. He was pretty cool. I mean, but I knew like this is not surprising, man, because you have like now what you have is like rappers who get into rap beef, and now you have beef that just happen to rap, you know. And young Dolph was messing with them dudes that
right.
You know, I mean, I don't know what happened with this situation, but if anything that was happening previous led up to it, them dudes are no joke, man. Like Biggie and Tupac had a rap. Huh?
They shot up. So Young Dolph got shot, and then they went and I guess it was in retaliation. They went and shot up another brother's crib, or his grandma's house, killed her.
What? I ain't got that far yet.
Yeah. Memphis is a war zone.
Oh yeah, it is. It is.
They're going at it. Yeah, they just killed. I gotta find. I gotta find the guy.
Oh, I knew it. Black Youngster. That's what I was talking about. I was talking about. Yeah, I see it.
Killed his grandma.
Man, this gonna get crazy. And you know what? Hey, Black Young. Hey,
Youngster shot up his car. His the 100 shots.
Yeah, the 100 shots. Right? Yeah. So you know Young Dolph.
You know what? You can't go home, dog. You can't go home. Obviously, they tried to kill you in Cali. They tried to kill you in Florida. You was in Pennsylvania, minding your own business, trying to have yourself.
I don't know why Young Dolph went back to Memphis. He should have just. But this is the crazy thing, right? You know, probably some of Young Dolph people would have retaliated, right? But the fact that these dudes know where moms and grandmothers stay shows how close they are together. And you I mean, I grew up in that type of all day, all the time. But I mean, I grew up also I grew up in Chi, and it was crazy, but like it's just like nowadays, man. Like Big and Tupac had a rap beef. If they seen each other, they want to go. I mean, they were gonna push and shove. They weren't gonna kill each other. You know what I mean?
Tupac got himself killed.
Yeah, nothing to do with Biggie.
Tupac stomped out the wrong motherfucker.
Yeah, nothing to do with Biggie. But
step back and just let that motherfucker stomp Orlando.
Yeah.
Be like, you ain't got nothing to do with me, and he's still.
Yeah.
No,
He ran up on the wrong people.
I'm gonna go stomp out this real gangster, and that real gangster was like, "Oh, you want to play gangster?"
Yeah. Baby Lane was no joke.
Gangster, right?
And but see, the difference today is all these rappers now are like Baby Lane. Like they just happen to know how to rap. These dudes are like, I mean, they're not playing around. I mean, like I was looking at the Jacksonville rap beef. It's like 60 of them dudes got killed, and they still. I mean, one of the dudes did a song, I was looking at Fulio this song. He had dead homies from the news clip.
Yes.
Riding around in the car with him. Yeah. And Young and Ace, then they did, Who We Smoke. But I mean, like, these cats are like, and then I seen Black Youngster, his diss video to Young Dolph. I was like, and then like I heard him talking about it because he was like, "Hey, I went over there hot-headed. I went over there ready to get it in, and I should have never went over there upset. I should have went over there." Like these dudes are like seriously don't care. People don't care about jail. People don't care. Like, I mean, you talk about goons. These dudes are tough. They are tough, and they don't care about jail. You got Pooh Shiesty. This dude facing 2 life sentence charges. Dude, he carrying 40 stacks in his pocket. If you carry that much money, dude, somebody knock it out, and you got that much money to carry, somebody knock it out your pocket, you're like, hey, dude, throw it up and make it rain. I mean, dude, you got so much money that you gonna risk everything.
Yeah, because they can't get out of it. Some people can't. Some street brothers is just street brothers. They just in the streets.
Right, I get that. I got people like that. I got like it's just you only know what you know. I guess.
In Miami, and he robbed the guy that did the crime and got caught in the hotel camera. He had 40 grand fell out of his pocket.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Pooh Shiesty.
My God.
He was in a McLaren across the street from the police station. Literally across the street from the police station, and he was in a McLaren. A McLaren. Who robbed somebody in a McLaren, dude? If you could drive around in a McLaren, you robbing somebody for Jordans?
Right. He had the Jordans delivered. It was now. First off, let's give credit to the one-stop shop, right? My man picked up his weed. He picked up his shoes.
They left the money.
and he got a bag, right? And then he tried to rob it. They tried to, thanks for bringing everything. I'm gonna rob you now. because I'm filthy rich, I'm gonna rob you anyway.
No, he must have not seen the movie Scarface. That might be before his time. Like, hey, get the money, get the yayo, we go. Like, grab it, let's go. Tony got the money. You ain't even nothing behind. This dude left 40 stacks with serial numbers. Yeah, you rob for weed and Jordans, and you leave the money you was gonna pay with. You might as well just give him.
We was on Trolls Nation, like, look, if that's the case, he can come rob me, and I will bring 15 stacks. He can come rob me. Because
he's leaving 40, huh? If he's leaving 40,
I'll give him 15. He's gonna leave me 40. That's a nice come up, right?
Hey, he got away with a pair of Jordans, but but it's just crazy, man. That like music now, rap now. I mean, it's insane. It's nothing.
The '90s, and it's way worse. Like we went through the '90s, right?
Yeah.
And the '90s was bad. There was bodies dropping everywhere, especially like here in
Yeah. We probably had twice as many murders.
But what's going on right now? Then it was all those were like
targeted.
How do you say it? But those were like gang on gang, like they was all involved with the same crap. It wasn't so random.
A lot of targeting, and you had a lot of rules like no
ridiculous.
Like no elderly, no grandparents,
right.
No kids. Dude, you see the one blew up, like they blew up his grandparents' house. Well, they shot it up, and then they hit his grandparents' oxygen tanks, and the house blew up.
Right.
He's from Alabama, dude. And then they and I'm thinking I know this is gonna suck, but dude. These cats got all this money. They got all this money, and they can literally pay assassins. They can pay anything they want. And then we got people like George Zimmerman still walking around. like, dude, all this money, all the hitters in Florida. No one.
Let's say hi to George Zimmerman.
Yeah.
Not one, but they went and saw Tommy on the corner hanging out.
Yeah, dude, all this money. Dude, and we ain't hitting the people that need to be hit.
No.
Hey, if these dudes, what is these dudes in Georgia name? Was on trial. If they get off, and niggas ain't going to see him. Literally, dude, I just don't get it in my head. I can't get it in my head that. All these people got all this money. You want to do the hood some good?
He's hitting the wrong people.
Yes.
Here's what I was talking about this earlier. I was like, the mob, even when the mob was going nuts at each other, right? They still had rules. Like Stephen Reed said, there was rules there was a code. You didn't involve women, you didn't involve children, you didn't go shoot up somebody's store. You know what I'm saying? There was rules to this. This is what these guys is doing, but once again, it's all kids, right? And they don't care. Also, thanks to progressives, the prison terms have been reduced.
No. Progressives.
5 years.
Dude, progressive. No. That's the problem with the prison system. The problem is me as a progressive, I don't think drug offenders should be in jail. But all the violent people, you can lock them up. I'm talking about the drug offenders should not be in jail. 47% of 47.
Y'all was just like
47.
Being over sentenced.
47 for the same crimes, yeah, but 47% of the people in jail are there for drug crimes. That is dumb.
Elko had 14 bodies that was walking on the street.
Right?
14.
Dude, I just found out.
14 bodies. I was like, what's up?
I was surprised that he was still that he could go back to New York, and I was like, wow, he just bold. He just bragged about all the homies he hit. He gave interviews. He went to street court. He was showing. He was like, hey, we had this type of van, and Lil Man stood up in the van. I'm like, he's walking around New York talking about. I was like, I was impressed. I gotta admit, I was like, wow, like.
A whole different world, bro.
I'm like.
New York all the time.
And then he get killed over a woman.
And then
All the stuff that he did, yeah. He fell out with the
because he existed.
No, he was dating the lady. He got into it with the lady's husband.
Dude, no, he gave up. You know, he gave up everything. He walked away from his He was in Maine and he left that to stay in the streets. He left.
Yeah, he was in witness protection.
No,
I was like, right. I'm saying he was.
Yeah, then he left. He was like, I gotta be in the streets because I think he thought his name would keep him good, but his name.
I don't know how his name was burned.
Motherfuckers in New York don't give a New York.
Yeah, but he killed some people. I got maybe because it happened so long ago, man. Maybe because it happened so long ago, people got short. New York crazy. New York crazy. I just don't know how did I do like dude was just on the block. I mean, literally, he's giving YouTube videos about. I'm like, is this real? I was like, huh? I was like, he must be a witness protection. He was like walking down the street, like, nah, I'm good. Like, wow. And as crazy as these people out here.
Dog, you gotta hear what you gotta come to a clubhouse room and Wack is talking. He breaks shit down, how motherfuckers get out and what. Man.
Somebody said he was released in 2015. They don't know how he lasted that long. I was surprised he wasn't hit the first day he stepped in New York. Literally, I was like, wow. I was like, is he protected from like the mayor? I mean, like I was just shocked. And the fact that he let everybody know he was back home by doing YouTube videos was just amazing. And then to go out on something arbitrary like that is just crazy.
But he knew. But I think he knew he was. I think maybe he wanted out too. And maybe he just wanted it over with. Maybe he just couldn't take it anymore.
Man, he was doing it since he was like, what, 14, 15? He was getting it in?
Right. Dude, God, can you imagine all the bodies he really got? Like, there's 14 we know about, right? So
one thing about the U.S. government that's funny, right? This is the funny thing about the U.S. government. They can get a dude who get 15, 20 bodies, like Sammy the Bull. Like, how does Sammy the Bull cut it? I don't care who he can give you. How does he cut a deal? He admitted to killing 22 people? How does he cut a deal with the government? Like, I can't, I was like, dude, I understand you want his boss. You got 22 people on him. Because if you didn't have it, he wouldn't have never turned.
You ain't never walking. What we want to do is kill you, but everything else, you doing every day of this time. But we ain't gonna kill you.
And then he get out and then start a drug ring. Then he started a drug ring. In witness protection, he started a drug ring. Like, you can't make this up, man.
I think next week we should do some research on how many black folks get put in witness protection compared to everything.
Yeah, I don't know. I never. Have you ever knew anybody that got put in witness protection?
Got the witness protection program from a game. I bet you not one. Because these rats, when you black and you rat, you get done. Like
no. Hey, I watch FBI files, man. They didn't put a few of them, and but you gotta admit though, black people. I don't think it'd be tough for black people to go into witness protection. I'm sure there's some in there, but dude. And plus, I ain't living in Idaho, and I'm not. You know, it's hard to cut off black people from their family, you know, and their friends. Like, it's just hard to be like, hey, the life as you know it is gone. People like, for real? Yeah, I'm gonna take a chance. Like, right? I mean, yeah, like, dude, I gotta go to mom's house, man. I can't hang out. I witness protection every Christmas. Come on, man. Really? You mean?
I gotta go see the homies.
So yeah, people gotta go. But hey, another fun week, man. Man, I'm kind of winning. We kind of went all over the place. I like that. A lot of different stuff, man. But hey, what we need to do, man, is set up a date that would Cal after the Cal verdict, whatever day it is, just come on 5-10 minutes, just jump on and give our thoughts on that. Huh? They probably went into tomorrow. I haven't heard anything from it.
How about this? If they say that that they're going to do the jury, the verdict is in, we'll hit each other up real quick and just we'll listen to the verdict.
See what we owe?
5 or 10. Yeah.
All right. Cool. And if we home and they come in, we can jump on and be narrators. If not, if we're not home and they do it afterwards, we come home and chop it up and talk about it.
Absolutely.
But hey, I think he's going to jail. It's like coming to another state shooting people, man.
I think he's getting off, and you're gonna be looking at smoke. You'll be like, damn.
Dude, they already fighting it. They already fighting in Kenosha. They already fighting in Kenosha. I'm like, at least wait till the verdict. I mean, man. Yeah, they already seen some scenes where they arrested people. They haven't started rioting yet, but I mean, you know,
that's coming.
This is my problem with the Jake Blake thing, right? Now, hey, I think the cops was wrong. I think they shot him in the back. I think even if you get a gun, you a cop, man. You gotta be able to disarm people. Like, it's 3 of y'all watching this dude walk around the car. Like, how can you be a police officer and y'all can't handle one guy? With that being said, I think the police they shouldn't be police officers. If you can't tame a person when it's 3 of y'all, you shouldn't be a cop. But also, Jeff Blake, or Jacob Blake, was on probation for doing some very bad things. And he was somewhere he shouldn't have been against, I believe, one of the victims. So I can't, make him a martyr either.
I thought he was breaking up the fight.
Yeah, he was, but what it was is, from what I read, is that the person who he was there to visit called the police. He wasn't supposed to be there, restraining order, whatever, but he went over there. So that's why the cops was called. That's what I believe. I mean, that's what I have to.
He was leaving at that point.
Now he's trying to leave, but I mean, no, that's what they said when it initially came out. But the thing is so I'm gonna research that again. But what I got is he was somewhere around somebody he wasn't supposed to be around. They called the police when the cops came. Then he tried to leave, and they're like, "Dude, you're already in violation." So that, if a person doing, I can't be like, I'm not gonna be out there protesting for him. Although I think the cops was wrong and should have been fired and all of that. But you don't have to take both. The dude shouldn't have been wherever he was at. From what I was. But they haven't started getting crazy yet. But you look on YouTube.
Black rapper just got blasted while eating some cookies at his favorite cookie place, and we is not out in the streets protesting.
Dude, but there's a lot of people there, man. I seen the scene. It was like, they say it was over 25 cop cars there. Then I seen cops speed out, so that might have been a retaliation against black youngsters.
Alpo got shot. No, black folks is not protesting. Black folks killing black folks.
Here we go, man. Black people are not paid to protect black people. Here we go, man. Hey,
white people are paid to protect black people. They're paid. All right, first off, cops are not paid to actually protect anybody. Cops are literally paid to come solve the crime, or paid to come.
Dude, on the side of their car, most of them say serve and protect. What are you talking about, man? Hey, this is another topic for another day, man. Hey, it's another topic for next week. But on the car it says serve and protect. So it's new to me if a cop is not, huh?
They're not. There's no pre-con. They ain't getting there before the crime happens. They ain't protecting shit. They 5 minutes from everybody. Ain't no one safe.
Man, I ain't messing with you this week, man. Hey, good to chop it up with you again. We'll chop it up again. Hey, the Cal verdict should be here tomorrow. But hey, another fun one, man. Good just having a conversation. Hopefully I'm winging you to the left, man, because you'll be a good brother if you was on the left. Other than that, you just. Oh my God! Hey, I'm a libertarian also. I'm a libertarian socialist.
That's a thing.
Yeah, it is. That's Jesse.
Well, man, all right, we'll go with that.
All right, man. But hey, good to talk to you, man. We're gonna get up out of here. We'll talk to you after we'll figure out how to get online for the Cal Riddick. Or the Cal Rittenhouse. I said the Cal Rittenhouse.
He's going to be not guilty. That 12 o'clock Kenosha is going to be on fire. That's my prediction.
Hey, let's leave some more conversations, though. But, hey, I'm going to chop it up, and we out. Peace.
We out later, y'all.